How to design a small tropical house in the urban dense area. When it comes to learning, there is a great masterpiece designed by VTN Architect. They are a firm based in Vietnam and they have done several great projects under the concept of house for the trees. So in this video, we will try to understand one of their projects which is known as the Binh House. Vietnam is experiencing the rapid urbanization which is leading to the lack of open spaces. To address this, they initiated the theme of house for the trees, aiming to connect homes with the nature. One of the project under discussion is the Binh House, designed in 2016 with the total area of 233 square meter, approximately somewhere around 40 feet by 65 feet. So here VTN Architects focuses on the providing green spaces within the high density neighborhood. So Whyarch is the principal architect of VTN Architects and he designed this house with the idea of creating multi-level spaces with green areas in between. So let's try to understand the conceptual scheme of the house. Here in this house, the total area of the house is somewhere around 40 feet by 65 feet and the entrance of the house is from the north. So they have two entrances. One is the pedestrian entrance and the other is the car entrance. And you enter into the house from here, and this house has a parallel geometry to the site. And there are two walls which support the structure of the house. The house is like a sandwich where two walls are holding the space. So here this mass of the house is the core of the house which contains all the services. And this side of the house is facing the west sun, and this is the core which protects the house from the west sun. And these two walls are the service area which stops the hot sun to entering into the house. And this is the east side of the house which has a more open and a view of the landscape, and natural wind enter into the house from east direction. And you will also have the view of the landscape from this side of the house. If you are standing here, you are a part of a sandwich house which has a view of the landscape as well as a cozy environment of the interior. And at the top there is a roof garden which protects the house from direct sun rays. And this is the kind of a house which VTN Architects design in the urban dense area, and the house has multi-level green pockets. Let's try to understand the conceptual diagram of the house. In this house, the house has a rectangular geometry, and here there are two spaces. One is the landscape of the house and the other is the built mass. And the built mass of the house has two walls which act like a sandwich house, and these two spaces are parallel to the house. So if we see the axonometric here, the appraised volume is the services of the house, and the mass of this service area is parallel to the plot dimension, and it has a view of the landscape area. Now what is happening in the built area of the house which is a parallel to the landscape? So here the rooms are extended towards the garden area of the house, and these volumes makes the house appears to float above the green area. And these blocks also have their own separate green roofs. So the rooms have a view of the green roofs and they are floating between the sandwich walls. The greenhouse is also on the ground floor which provides natural wind inside the house, and this side of the house also provides natural light which is coming directly into the house. So let's try to understand this concept with the help of an exploded axonometric. So this is one of the very important drawing which explains the idea of the design. So here I exploded this wall. This is the same sketch as we discussed earlier, but here I shifted this wall to explain the idea of this house. So this is known as the exploded axonometric of the house, and this is the main service area of the house where they have staircase, toilets and kitchen. So this house is like a sandwich where one wall is the house and the other wall is the service area, and the house is inside these two walls. And there are multi-level gardens between these sandwich walls. So this way this house makes the excitement into the house. So let's say this is the bedroom of the house and this is the another bedroom, and at the top of the floor you have a library which has a view of the outside landscape as well as inside green pockets. So you also have multi-level views of the house which makes this house more connected to the residents. This kind of arrangement also makes the house more efficient for the climate. Wind enters into the house and overall microclimate of the house is effective for the users. So let's see what is happening on the plan level. So this is the plan of the house which contains a rectangular geometry, and the overall area of the house is somewhere around 233 square meter. So this is the north of the house and this is the west, east and the south of the house. To protect the house from the sharp west sun, Whyarch added a buffer wall which protects the house from the west sun. And all the services are here in the west side of the house which stops the direct heat gain of the house. So this is the another wall, and this becomes a sandwich system with other spaces inside these two walls. The overall house has a row planning and the functions are arranged one by one in the continuous fashion. So these spaces also has the view of each other, and in between these spaces there are different green spaces. So the wind enters from the east direction and the house becomes more passive, and cool wind enters into the house passing through the pool area which is in the east side. Along with this, the house follows the parallel geometry. The main block of the house has a view of the landscape, and this is known as the concept of parallel space. So which has a view of the landscape as well as the garden. The first part of the house is the living area, the center part of the house is the kitchen and the dining area, and the last part of the house is the guest bedroom. The house has connection to the green areas. The toilets are in the service core of the house. This is the main entrance of the house from the north side. So if you take the staircase, you go up on the first floor. Here the house also follows a similar row planning. The center part of the house has a green pockets providing a view of the surroundings. The house is protected from the west sun and it also provides the cross ventilation. This improves the microclimate of the house, and the staircase is connected to the lobby where both sides of the house have a bedrooms connected with the toilets. So you have a view of the landscape from the both sides of the rooms. Now you continue up to the staircase and enter into the second level of the house. Here this part of the house has a spa area with the view of the garden area, and there is a small library on this side of the house. From this garden there is a staircase that leads you to the roof floor which has a roof garden. So these are the two blocks which acts as a sandwich house, allowing wind to enter into the house easily. So let's start to see the conceptual perspective section of the house. And this is the perspective section. From here you enter into the house and the house is surrounded by the green landscape. The first part of the house has the living area which is connected to the dining area, and in between they have a semi-open garden which provides privacy into the space. At the backside of the house there is a guest bedroom, and in the backyard of the house there is also a garden which provides privacy to the bedroom. Now you go up in the first floor level of the house. It has a vegetable garden. Here you can notice that the level of the floor plate is not the same. This is possible because of the major load of the house is transferred from the sandwich wall. If you create these kind of sandwich walls, you can create these kind of multi-level planning. So on the first level of the house there are bedrooms which have a view of the vegetable garden. Now you take another staircase which will lead you to the library and the spa area. This part of the house has a view of the whole house, enhancing interaction between the residents. The house also provides natural light as well as wind into the house. The overall microclimate of the house is efficient, and the hot air rises from these pockets and makes the house cool. So by this perspective section, we can understand the planning of the house. So now the question is that how we can implement these design principles into our design, or maybe in the context of Indian architecture. So the first and the major principle that we can use here is the use of the parallel spaces. We can create a house like a sandwich and add multiple functions in between them. So this makes the house more exciting. The second principle we can use here is the concept of multi-level spaces and the roof garden. This way we can create the more interactive spaces in between the areas and also provide the natural light and the wind into the house. The third major principle we can use here is the consideration of the climate into the design. The house should always prioritize the climate consideration. This includes the use of the natural light, protection of the house from the west sun, adding the green pockets into the house. This way we can improve the microclimate of the house. Architecture is always fun. You need to follow it with the right passion and the enthusiasm. If you understand the logic behind these houses, you can create your own architecture also. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel for more such videos. And if you have any particular requirement of architecture video, you can comment down below. We will definitely make a video on that particular topic. See you in the next video. Till then, keep learning, keep smiling, keep hustling. Salute.